You're watching WCTV Channel 48, Chesapeake, Virginia.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the WCTV 48 Game of the Week. The Oscar Smith Tigers are in here at Western Branch High School, and I can tell you this early in the season, it already has a playoff game atmosphere. People were lined up at 6 o'clock to get into the stadium. We have the A-plus crew here of officials. This should be quite some game. Oscar Smith coming in strong. They've got a stud at quarterback. You had a chance to talk to their coach, Merlin. Well, he's got to be fairly hopeful.
Hey, I'm telling you, Oscar Smith is an outstanding squad, averaging over 50 points a game, holding their opponents to 3 points a game. This is an outstanding matchup. We'll see a battle of the wills tonight. And Coach Morgan is a little, he's a little sheepish about the talent that he has, but he's very confident that they can do the job.
Yeah, it's a very important game for us. It's not a make or break game, but it's a very important game in the district, and we felt like we let one slip away last year, and we're determined to get it back.
It's interesting that they have the game back here. I don't think you care if it's at home, if it's in Hawaii or wherever. You're ready to play.
We play in the parking lot if you want, no matter. We prefer to be here because we have some unfinished business we didn't take care of last year.
The coach talked about the fact that he doesn't care where they play this game. He says they have some unfinished business. I think they do. He's going to feature two outstanding athletes tonight. Greg Boone, a guy that you're going to see play quarterback. He's also their fullback. He'll be a blocker, and if you don't watch out, they'll have some trick plays, and he'll become a receiver. They also feature a guy in the backfield, Andre Cook. As of last week, was averaging 15 yards a carry. This guy could be the Triple Crown winner, leading in yards rushing, touchdowns, and scoring. He's going to be a threat tonight. They're going to feature those two guys tonight on offense and defense.
Well, I tell you what, Oscar Smith coming in a team of excellent players, but also a coach that demands excellence. Richard Morgan, if you remember, at halftime in the Great Bridge game, he's way ahead. He's like, I'm not very happy about this. So we could see that come through tonight, too, against Western Branch.
That's right. He expects perfection. He's going to really push these guys. He was very, very secretive about this week because he did not want the media to destroy his concentration. He did not want the media to destroy the concentration of his team. So he's been having a closed shop, and he's not letting anybody in. And so we'll have to see what surprises he has in store tonight.
Now, Western Branch also undefeated. I guess that contributes to this air of a championship game almost. You had a chance to talk to Coach Johnson.
Hey, these guys are riding a 32-game winning streak. They haven't lost since 2002. These guys will win in a regular season. They were undefeated last year, undefeated the year before. They are looking forward to this matchup tonight. Everybody says, what do you do when Ryan Pond graduates? Well, he has Pete Conroy. Pete Conroy is a special talent in his own right, an outstanding runner, and he'll do an adequate job passing the ball. But they like to feature Devin Fentress. He's an outstanding wing back with a lot of speed. But the coach has a great philosophy. He's not nervous about this opportunity. He looks forward to it.
Our kids, our coaches look forward to big games. This is what it's all about. We get the chance to play in it, and we're just glad it's Western Branch playing.
And you don't have to get focused of anything because you have everybody's attention.
Oh, yeah. Our kids know they got to line up every week because whoever we're playing is going to bring their best, and this is a very good football team we're playing tonight, but we're ready.
Throughout last year, it was fun to see last year. It was up and down, and you came out on top. What do you expect tonight?
I hope none of the same. We don't have quite the weapons to get in the shootout like we did, but our defense is much improved. So if our little kids don't bounce off of Boone, I think we'll be all right.
All right. Rich, if you can't get up for a game like this, you might as well not even put on your sneakers. You not even put on your shoes. You don't put on your equipment. You stay home and do something else. But what Coach Johnson has is an outstanding defense led by Scott Johnson, the defensive coordinator. Look out for Josh Baker. He's an outstanding linebacker, has committed to the University of Delaware. He's going to be active tonight on the defensive side of the ball as a linebacker and on the offensive side because he's going to be one prime target for Pete Conroy.
Boy, two teams coming in undefeated, and what's exciting about this game, it may not be a playoff game, but it could prove to be because down the line, this one loss for either of these teams could prove huge because they may not lose another one. We'll see what happens here from Western Branch High School right after this.
Hi. As an actress, I've played many roles. Today, I have an important new role. Today, I'm telling you about a recent federal law which encourages millions of Americans to choose a simple, safe, secure way to receive federal benefits and payments by direct deposit. With direct deposit, your federal payment is deposited into your checking or savings account automatically. Sign up for direct deposit at any bank, savings and loan, or credit union. Get direct deposit. It's simple, safe, and secure.
If you or someone you know suffers from Alzheimer's disease, you know how frustrating it can be. You look here for a little information, there a little more, and it just gets more confusing. Unless you remember this number, it's how you reach the National Institute on Aging. 1-800-438-4380. When it comes to getting information on Alzheimer's disease, it's the most important number you can know.
And here we are, Merlin, and you can tell the visitor side is full here at Western Branch High School here at the Art Brandreth Sports Complex. The Oscar Smith side is full. The Western Branch side is full. I would like, Merlin said earlier tonight when we were talking, he said, I would just like to see everybody else's attendance numbers tonight because it'll be like 200, 150, 20.
I tell you, man, I still don't see a lot of people here. I thought they would have stands in both end zones, and it's a good crowd, but I was expecting more people. But as you said, it's an early season tilt, and maybe people are they want to see round two or the rematch.
I don't know, Merlin. I mean, I think really, as I hate to say it, but in comparison to other football games, I mean, this is a pretty good crowd.
Hey, it's an excellent crowd.
I mean, because really once the band gets in here at Western Branch, the stands are full. People are coming up into the stands looking for seats. I'd love to see that. A lot of times at high school football games, just sit where you are.
Yeah, sure.
But now they're coming in trying to squeeze in. It's still a fairly steady line of people coming into the game. I think the attendance is actually going to be pretty good. But, I mean, you would expect almost to see some standing room only. But it is a little early in the season.
It's going to be a great matchup tonight. People have been looking forward to this since last year's game that offered everyone over 90 points and over 900 yards in total offense. Coach Johnson doesn't think that that's going to happen tonight. He thinks that this is going to be more of a test of a battle of wills of great defenses, and we'll see what the defenses allow the offenses to do.
And you see the Western Branch Bruins right there jumping up and down in the end zone, getting pumped up, and here they come to the cheers of the Western Branch crowd. Wow, no motorcycle?
No motorcycles.
I thought they did that everywhere.
No, I tell you, I heard one revving up. I thought it was going to come out, but no motorcycles tonight.
Motorcycle.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the former Swamp Jank, he can't seem to keep a job. I think he's been at every high school in Chesapeake. No, I'm just kidding, Larry.
Oh, man.
Should be an exciting game tonight. I mean, you're looking at two. Compare, Merlin, if you can, the styles offensively of these two teams.
Well, you have a Western Branch team that runs the wing T. And in the past 3 years, they featured a lot of pass out of that wing T offense. You could expect them to throw 20, 25 times a game with Ryan Pond at the controls. This year, it's more of the pure wing T offense, featuring Devin Fentress, as we said before, and the other running backs that they have. Oscar Smith, on the other hand, one back in the backfield, featuring Andre Cook, and they run a spread offense. So look for them to do a lot of things. They run a lot of shotgun, and hopefully they can get their big quarterback, Greg Boone, you know, they want to either run him up the middle, roll him out, and do a lot of things off of that single back formation.
Well, and they can, because Boone is really a triple threat. I mean, you have had, there have been quarterbacks that could run the ball before, but it's almost like having Deion Dyer at quarterback, except he's faster.
Sure, and then you have great outside receivers. You have Lawrence, number 1. He changed his number last year. He was number 16, Tommy Lawrence, and he is a pure Division I prospect. Excellent hands, great speed. He will be one that they'll look for a lot tonight in that offense, along with number 8, Nyron Sanderling. And we saw him against Great Bridge. They want to get the ball into those two playmakers' hands, along with Cook out of the backfield. And Cook is just like another receiver in the backfield.
Now, what about on the defensive side of the ball? Well, I'll tell you what, we'll let you go to that in a minute. You can talk about the defenses of these two teams, but let's go down to the coin flip.
6, come down this end, 6. All right, guys. All right, guys, that's the last time y'all are talking to one another tonight, okay? White talk to white, blue talk to blue, and everybody else talk to me. That's understood. If I had a problem going to 85 and 6, they're going to get with y'all, okay? We're going to flip this corner. It's going to come down the same way. White won the toss, elected to defer, correct? Correct. Don't get the ball, man. Blue receiving, down this end. White, you're going to kick it from this end.
Well, you can see Oscar Smith now has won the coin toss. And it looks like, did they defer? No, I think they did defer. So now, of course, we'll start the game here.
And we see that Oscar Smith wants to play defense first. So you want to talk about the defense. Up front, they are very quick. They're very quick to the ball. A lot of guys that would play defensive back, maybe linebacker for other squads, they have them along the line, and they get after you. They will play you man-to-man. They would dare Pete Conroy to throw the ball. Western Branch, they're going to put 8 guys in the box and just go man-to-man on the outside receiver. So we'll see what Western Branch does to counter that.
And boy, I can tell you, I love to see it when the visitor sides are full. And you can see it is pretty full. People are still streaming in over there. But when they get excited and they're cheering into the game, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and I don't think those people will be very successful finding seats. They're going to have to stand, like you say, standing room only. And we still have people coming in and trying to find seats. So this is going to be a packed house before this thing is all over.
You see the Oscar Smith Tigers in white there taking the field. And they will kick the ball. They won the toss, but deferred to the second half. Western Branch will get the first possession here. And kicking for the Oscar Smith Tigers is number 35. That's Justin Bias. Had a fairly good game against Great Bridge.
Yeah, and number 7, the receiver. We have Chris Tyson back to receive. Well, last year, it was a different number 7.
It was.
Oscar Smith.
Yes, it was. Also deep for Western Branch. Also deep for Western Branch back there to receive is number 22, Cortland Mariner. Ready to get underway here. Bias ready to kick it away. Too deep for Western Branch. The kick is away, and it is a beautiful kick that will be taken by Tyson. He'll take it back at about the 5-yard line. He gets out to about the 17 before he is just overcome by Oscar Smith Tigers.
And for those of you Western Branch fans, last year number 7 was Lamont Stanfield, who's now playing at Christopher Newport University, and he will be here tonight at halftime. They're being honored because they won the state championship, not Christopher Newport, but the Western Branch Bruin baseball team won the Group AAA.
That's a return of about 12 yards right there.
And here's the Western Branch offense.
Taking a look at that offensive quarterback, of course, Peter Conroy that we mentioned, Devin Fentress, Cortland Mariner in the backfield. Brent Ainsley is the center. Thomas Quintrell and Josh Baker are the ends. And we'll go over the rest of that Western Branch offense in just a minute. This time out of that wing tee, I can never tell what happens, but because it's such, I'm confused as it is. And I know when you're on the opposite side of the ball, it looks like with the carry that time for the Western Branch Bruins is number 22. That's Cortland Mariner. There's the rest of it. The 2 tackles are Jeremy Harris and Darius Ferguson. The guards are J.D. Lorsong and Eric Black.
And the place kicker is Brian Barnson, coming in at 5'9", 165. That's nice. That's some nice detail on that.
Excellent.
Gain of 3 right there will bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Western Branch Bruins. In motion to the far side.
Again, they're featuring Marner, but you see right now you put a quicker back in the fullback position, hoping that you can pop him for some long gains. And here's the Bruin defense. You see the free safety, Greg Boone. Defensive backfield consists of Tommy Lawrence, Dexter Merritt. Linebacking core, Damian Hoskett, along with Davis and Perriman. You can see the other linebackers, Jones, Happer, Ryland, Whitmore, and Macklin fill out that defensive line.
Mariners still in the backfield. The backs right there near the quarterback. Oh, all kinds of moving around down there for the Bruins. And I don't really think that many people can move, can they?
Yeah, I tell you what, you know, those are those little mistakes. Instead of having 3rd and relatively long, you have a guy jump off sides, makes it 3rd and short.
And that penalty is against the Oscar Smith Tigers.
Right.
And that's a 5-yard penalty against them.
See a jump by number 76, Brian Whitmore, 6'4" junior.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 1 now. Western Branch fans have to like that. Motion again. Oscar Smith didn't fall for it and move that time. And this time the fake is going to end up in the hands of Western Branch's number 20. Devin Fentress gets the carry.
It looks like
I don't know. Do you think he got a first down?
Yeah, he looks like he slipped before he got to the 1st down mark. He was trying to cut up field. Didn't make it. It's going to be a little short.
Yeah, I mean, he got almost no positive yardage.
A good.
Oh, no, it's awfully close. We will give him a yard on that.
But a good concept that time. That time they faked to the first back through and brought Fentress around from the right side of the formation. When he's cutting upfield, lost his footing. Yeah, I think it's going to be a little short, Rick.
So 4th down and short now for Western Branch. I don't think you don't take any chances at this point deep in your own territory. I think you're going to punt it away.
Well, watch what Western Branch does on their punt formation. A lot of times they do a lot of shifting, trying to cause the defense to jump, which gives you a 1st down. So we'll see if they try that on this punt opportunity.
4th and short, but Western Branch is going to opt here to kick it away. They're at their own about 26-yard line. Kicking for the Western Branch Bruins is their number 85, Josh Baker. And deep for the Oscar Smith Tigers, number 1, Tommy Lawrence. There's another back split back there. I can't see who it is from here. The kick is away from Baker. It's a short off the side of his foot. It's going to come and bounce at the Western Branch 46 and will finally be down right at about the 44-yard line. So that's a fairly short punt there, Merlin. That's a punt of about 20 yards.
And if you coach Morgan, that's what you wanted to do. You wanted a 3 and out, and you wanted to get the ball on the opponent side of the ball, other side of the field. They've done that, and they start at the 44-yard line of Western Branch.
.952 now to play in the first. Western Branch fairly ineffective in their first series. Didn't get the first down at all. Boone now the quarterback. He takes it. Looks like he wants to pass. Keeps it himself. He's at the 40, the 30, and he steps out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 12 yards. And for number 6, Greg Boone.
And there's the fullback look. He's in the shotgun formation. He just takes the ball. They block, look like they cross block. Got him a gap between the guard and the tackle. He's able to pick up 12 yards on a 1st down.
Wow, it seemed like the Oscar Smith defense, or rather the Western Branch, seemed like the Western Branch defense was just in disarray. I formation again out of the shotgun is Boone. Talk about a spread offense. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. But Boone's going to hand it off up the middle this time to number 2, Andre Cook. You mentioned his name. Breaks a couple tackles. Gets out across the 15 to about the 18-yard line. Actually make that the 12-yard line. And there's the Oscar Smith offense. You've seen Greg Boone, the quarterback. He's a senior. Andre Cook, the running back, on that carry right there. Also in the backfield, Joseph Jones, the running back, number 34. Tommy Lawrence, Naron Sanderling, and Jakari Taylor are all wide receivers in the Oscar Smith offense.
And Rich, how you like?
Let's just run through the linemen right quick. At guard, Antonio Harper, Antonio Hill at tackle. The center is Jeff Leckrone, Brian Whitmore the tackle, and I'll miss the last name. Just a little bit slow on that.
I think it was Macklin.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I should have known that, actually. Boone wants to pass. This time he's got one receiver, who manages to get open, but not for long. He's hit in the end zone just about when the ball was in his hands.
Yeah, and he's looking for Tommy Lawrence. And the defense, we have Copeland, Lassiter, Fentress, along with Mariner, Carr, and Baker. We know that Fentress is going to Penn State. Baker was declared to Delaware, along with Brown, Watkins, Quintrell, Lorison, and Harris rounds out that defensive front four.
A lot of two-way players. I recognize a lot of those names, so a lot of two-way players on that team. Boone again out of the shotgun. He acts like he's going to give it to Cook. He's almost tackled in the backfield, is able to step around it. He catches one block running into his own man, and he'll pick up a good 7 or 8 yards on that, all just about completely on his own effort.
Well, see, that's what Coach Johnson said. They have to tackle Boone, and he's such a big guy to tackle. He's 6'4", 260, and the little backs from Western Branch, we're talking about guys that are basically 5'5", 5'6", about 160 pounds. He outweighs him about 100 pounds.
Yeah, right. We'll give him a gain of about 6. I think what Coach Johnston said exactly was, if my players don't bounce off of Boone, we may have a good game, but so far they're bouncing off him if they can get to him at all. 8:23 to play in the first. Oscar Smith with the ball for the first time in the game. 3rd down and about 4 for them. Down inside the 15-yard line, turns around. Boone with a nice play right there. Turns around and gives it to Cook. But the Western Branch defense all over Cook. He'll be knocked for a loss of about a yard. Let's call it 2 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down and 6.
And when you feature a guy like that, it's easy for those linebackers to just blitz it with just a run blitz. They were able to meet him in the hole. You bring more guys than they can block, and you're able to stuff that run.
Now, do you try to kick the field goal here, Merlin? You go for it. The ball's at the, 9-yard line.
I think Rich Mort's going to take a timeout, and he's going to go for it.
I think I would. I mean, they pretty much to this point have been able to do what they wanted to, except for that one play on offense and the pass in the end zone.
Well, you got that spread attack, and you can back up Boone, and you can have him survey the field, and if he feels like it, he can take off and run. And he's pretty successful, so that's what they're going to try to do, try to probably bring in 4 receivers, spread them out, and try to take their chances running some type of combination route.
And if I were Boone, if I were Coach Morgan, I think I'd have pretty good confidence in that Oscar Smith defense, who may end up back on the field here if they're unable to score.
Exactly. You're pinning the guys inside the 10-yard line, if anything. So, why not take the gamble?
Exactly. Yeah, what are you going to do, punt?
Here we see the Tigers come back on, and, he's been game planning all time. After last week's game against Lakeland, he said, hey, all we're going to do, I'm going to feed them Western Branch.
4th down now and 6, short 6 for the Oscar Smith Tigers out of the shotgun. Receivers split to either side. Haven't seen much in one attempted pass to the receivers. Boone is the quarterback. A little bit of movement from Western Branch, but probably didn't get in the neutral zone. Boone wants to pass, and that pass is complete for a touchdown to Oscar Smith's number 4, Derek Williams. And I can tell you, Boone threw a bullet into the end zone. Nobody was touching that except for Williams.
Hey, that's what he wanted to do. Man-to-man, they got him. Four wide receivers, spread 2 on each side, man-to-man routes, a quick post, and like you said, Williams was able to beat his defender to the inside because there was no free safety.
No.
Easy touchdown.
Oscar Smith going for the 1-point PAT here. Kicker's number 35 for them. That's Justin Bias. It's a low kick, but it looks like from here it was good, and it is. Boy, I never get that right. And that'll make the score 7-0 in favor of the Oscar Smith Tigers. 7:40 to play in the first. Merlin, take us through this replay of the touchdown.
All right, again, you got that man-to-man, a quick post right there.
Nice.
He beats Tyson right to the post, and he threw, and you got to like the way Boone threw it right there. His man could get it.
A little bit out
else.
in front of him, right? A little bit out from him. And you got to give credit, too, for Jefferson. I mean, not Jefferson, but rather Derek Williams to actually get that ball and hold on to it.
Definitely was able to get his hands under the ball and not let it hit the ground.
Back to receive now for the Western Branch Bruins. You see number 22. That, of course, is Cortland Mariner, along with Chris Tyson, number 7. And, of course, you'll see bias again here for Oscar Smith, who just kicked the extra point.
You got to be real careful with Tyson and Mariner being back there receiving the punt. Both guys are speedsters, and they can take it the distance. One thing you're not going to see, Rich, is that pooch punt. You know, guys just punching the ball up. These guys are just going to kick it back there and say, hey, let's let your team.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Well, that's
actually,
like
that
a little
ball
pooch punch. Yeah, there's a pooch punt. And they might get it.
Oh, they just might. I'm not sure if, well, I believe so. Oscar Smith seems to think that they have it. Let's see what the official says. I think Western Branch's number 11, Will Hinton, got his hands on it, but was unable to hold on to it. And I think Oscar Smith may have possession.
Yes, they do.
They do.
It's the pooch punt. Didn't think we were going to see it. That's what they did.
That's the first time you've been wrong in how many years, Merle? You're not going to see a pooch. Oh, yes, you are.
Oh,
now he's giving us a pooch punt.
And what the receivers didn't do is they didn't feel it. All they have to do, guys have to remember, just fair catch the ball, take it right there. Didn't do anything. Just let the ball go right behind him. The ball hits and takes a funny bounce. And Smith is back in.
Boy, the Western Branch sideline is pretty quiet right now. The ball in Oscar Smith's hands at the 24-yard line. Receivers spread out. Greg Boone, number 6, you see him there out of the I formation, or rather out of the shotgun. His buddy Andre Cook back there next to him, the running back. Boone's going to keep it himself. He tries to use Cook as a blocker, but goes out to the far side. He gets a first down and more.
Whoa!
Almost to the end zone. He gets down to about the 1-yard line before he's tackled. And I tell you what, Greg Boone is a stud, but great execution on the part of the Oscar Smith offensive line.
Man, you got to
replay, Marlon.
You just got to be excited about the jets that he showed. You know, he looks like he's not running fast, but now he's shifting to another gear and runs
look
right
at that.
past.
Nice movement. You know what? He's got a lot of finesse too for a big guy. Again, Greg Boone, 6'4", 260 quarterback. Safety. Oh, they're going for 2. Greg Boone is just going to try to sneak. Oh, no, that's right. He hadn't scored a touchdown yet. Looks like to me he got it in there. And indeed he did. Greg Boone just muscles his way into the Western Branch end zone, or through the Western Branch defense into the end zone.
I mean, he moved the power by himself.
Yeah.
He said, hey, give me the ball. Go.
I got you.
Good. Nice.
He's tough. Any colleges looking at him? I'm sure they are.
Oh, man, everybody's looking at him. But he's trying to pick the college that wants him as a quarterback. A lot of people. He's listed at the number 10 linebacker in the country by Tom Lennon, who's a pretty renowned scout. And he doesn't want to play linebacker or defensive line or tight end.
He wants to be the quarterback.
He wants to be the quarterback.
I tell you what, I'd love to have him. And the extra point attempt is good. That'll make the score 14-0 in favor of the Oscar Smith Tigers. And it has been all Oscar Smith in the first 5 minutes of this game. 14-0. And take us through this replay.
It's just a simple sneak.
Look at that.
And he's pushing guys back. You know, guys are trying to stop him, but he's pushing the power by himself.
He's pushing his blocker. He's pushing the center. Wow. He's a bulldog.
And we see Chris Brown trying his best to do it, but, you know, Chris Brown is 5'11". They list him at 265.
It doesn't look like it.
No, he doesn't look like 265.
Not if Boone is 260. No, that is not correct.
How many times have we seen special teams come into play when we play these games? That's, you know, it seems like there's got to be a special teams play. Now we have back to receive Chris Tyson.
Also back there, by the way, to receive again is number 22, Cortland Mariner.
But these guys are very dangerous, and it's a good play by
we're going to see a pooch punt.
Well, you know what? If I'm Rich, if it worked once, when it worked again, hey, kick it to the other side.
That's it. Let's see what happens.
But it's a smart thing to kick it to your sideline, just in case there's guys are fighting for the ball. Your guys are saying it's his ball. You know, it's my ball. It's my ball. And they kick it away.
And it is a kick that will be taken at the 2 or 3 yard line. Let's call it the 2 yard line. He's still on his feet. He goes to the far side. There are a lot of Tigers behind him. Just a couple guys to beat for Western Branch. That's Chris Tyson on the carry. And he's actually caught almost from behind at about the 40-yard line. That's a 38-yard return.
Hey, here's Tyson. Lesson for Kyle Ryland. Kyle grabs him and tries to sling him down with the jersey. Not a good, he helps set up the wall after that. When he doesn't sling him down, he needs to grab him and make sure that he wraps up. Didn't do that, and then, hey.
Oh, and I know
Tyson
the guy.
has a wall.
Oh, and see, he's hating that now because he had him down deep.
Oh, yeah. And look, he's back in the play, but you know what? Well, he's playing defense right now, so he won't be able to hear Coach Morgan say, what?
Oh, but he will hear it. Oh, he will.
Oh, yeah.
He's not hearing it now. The ball right at the 40-yard line, and that's where Western Branch will take over 1st and 10. Their second series of the game with 6:42 to play. They'd like to score on this one. Motion coming to the near side, and the handoff goes to the motion man for Western Branch.
Oh, good
That's
move.
Devin Fentress, and he gets out and picks up virtually nothing.
Good move there by Fentress. Dipped in, went back out, but the Tigers are quick to pursue. And we've yet to see Western Branch pass the ball, and you know that the fans are used to, for the past 4 years, they're used to the ball flying in the air, and they want Conroy to do, you know.
They want him to cut it loose.
They definitely want to cut it loose. Especially when you got these Tigers that are just
And if you're
really
going to pick up 1 yard down, you probably need to do something a little different. 6:02 now. Penalty markers go down before this play can even develop.
There was some movement along the offensive line.
Yep.
65 blue.
All right, legal procedure. So that's a 5-yard penalty against the Western Branch Bruins. That's their first penalty of the game.
First penalty of the game, but that's
Second down.
That's what you don't want. Western Branch don't want anything long. 2nd and long, 3rd and long. You just don't want it.
No. So that's a loss right there. 2nd down and 14 now. After that penalty. Out of this wing tee that I hate so much because you can't see what's going on. At least I can. Oh, this time the handoff. Oh, does go again to Western Branch's number 20. That's Devin Fentress, and he'll pick up about 7 yards on that play.
There's that. You see a pulling guard, but you see one last guy. He almost broke it, but Sanderlin is there to pull him down along with Ryland. Boy, if they didn't grab him, he was off to the races.
It's a nice looking play, but it brings up 3rd down and 8.
Still 3rd and long, and Western Branch has yet to show that they want to pass the ball. This looks like more of a spread formation.
Devin Fentress, number 20, still in the backfield. And you're right, it looks like the quarterback wants to pass, and he's aired it out into the hands of Western Branch's number 7, Chris Tyson.
He goes all the way
for a Western Branch touchdown. They start off at about the 45-yard line. So that's a gain of 55 yards on that touchdown on a pass play.
And we see that woke up the Bruin fans. Didn't understand that defense at all. It looked like the cornerback just let him run past him. Thought he had some deep help. That didn't come over too quickly.
No.
And then you have Tyson, the deep threat.
That pass complete again to Chris Tyson, number 7, for 55-yard touchdown. There's the extra point attempt.
Will we have another run and shoot type of offense? There we go. Coach Morgan meeting the defense, saying, what were you thinking about? The cornerback on that side was Dexter Merritt. Dexter just allowed Tyson to just run right by him. And before he knew it, Tyson was 5 yards past him. He couldn't catch up. Tyson just pulled away not only from the cornerback, but the safety on the side was no help at all.
No, not at all.
This past Wednesday, the field hockey team defeated Hickory 1-0. Prior Wednesday, they defeated
Who kicked that extra point?
By Barnes.
Barnes, okay. I checked out for a minute. It happens. I'm getting old.
You getting old on me, brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Barneson, number 37.
Number 37 on the PAT. All rushing plays for Western Branch, except, by the way, the 55-yard touchdown pass.
Exactly. One pass, connects for 55 yards, and that's how many yards they're averaging a game in passing yards, 55 yards. Yeah. So they did it in one play.
Josh Baker, number 85. It will be the kicker here for Western Branch. And deep for Oscar Smith, even though they seem to be bouncing around a little bit back there. It looks like number 80, Anthony Chapman, and number 16, Kevin Perryman. And the kick is away. Be taken by Oscar Smith's number 1, Tommy Lawrence. He gets out to the 30, the 32 or 33 is about all he'll get, as the Western Branch special teams are pretty much all over him.
Hey, they really all over him, almost like a pooch punt. See Lawrence catching the ball at the 24-yard line, had a hole, could not get there. Better tuck that ball away, I'm telling you. You know, you turn the ball over there, Western Branch is back in field, back in business again. You don't want to fumble the ball. You got to hold on to it. 9-yard return. Tigers come out in a more conventional I formation.
And out of that I, Boone, of course, still the quarterback. He'll give it to the tailback this time. And he will pick up just about 2 yards if he's lucky. And on the carry for the Oscar Smith Tigers, of course, is Andre Cook, number 2.
Guess who? And good tackling that time by the linebacking core. You got to wrap these guys up. You can't arm tackle them because they're going to break it, and then they're off to the races.
4 minutes and 20 seconds now to play in the first. And playing about 23 minutes. It's the game of the week on WCTV Channel 48, and if you're listening live, you're listening to 88.7 WFOS Chesapeake. Boone, the huge quarterback, with backs to either side of him. Out of the backfield comes Baker, but Boone evades that tackler. He picks up, he's at the 50, of the 40. He stays, no, I don't think he stayed in bounds. He stepped out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. So he ran, normally he ran from the 34-yard line.
An interesting formation because they just have a tight end on the left side of the formation. So if they get past this, if they run on this side, which he does, comes back to the left, there's nobody there because all the impetus was flowing to the right.
Yeah, right.
And so there was nobody left to defend on this side.
And Josh Baker got penetration, but I don't care. I don't want to come around that corner and see Greg Boone and think I got to hit him.
Hey, you and me either.
I'd arm tackle him too. I'd look for his flags. 3:54 now to play. Out of the shotgun again. 2 receivers at the far side, 1 to the near. And Andre Cook will get the handoff out of that shotgun. And that's Andre Cook again. He gets out to the 30-yard line, and that'll be a gain, Merle, of about 8 yards.
I mean, what a weapon. It's just giving this guy, these guys are so explosive, and Cook now is averaging about 12 yards a carry. Before last week, he was averaging 15 yards a carry. That simple play is blocked so well. They keep it simple. Mm-hmm. They run the same play over and over again, but the guys block it so well. They're picking up 5 and 6 yards on first down. That's pretty decent.
Boy, I tell you what, it seemed like Oscar Smith was ruling this game until Western Branch comes up with a 55-yard touchdown pass. And now it's 14-7 in favor of the Tigers, but they have the ball 2nd down and 5. Greg Boone's going to take the snap. Oh, and the option, he options out to Andre Cook. He picks up a first down.
Oh, what a stop and go.
Step. He gets out to the 15, make it the 14-yard line. That is beautiful open field running, if you can call it open field running.
I'm telling you, just a stop and go. The guy is so smooth. I like to see this guy running, man. See the option, like you said, an option off the shotgun. Nobody's there. I mean, and there's that good blocking downfield by Lawrence. And there's a stop and go. Left Fentress just standing there.
They're standing there. Man, that's 2 talented guys back there. So now Oscar Smith can get to about the 1 or 2 yard line and get a first down without having to actually score. So they are potentially in 8-down territory.
And they take their 2nd timeout.
Wow, with 2:35 to play here in the first quarter. And as they take that timeout, it's 14-7 in favor of the Western Branch Bruins. And we'll tell you at halftime, we want you to stick around if you're watching on WCTV Channel 48. The Western Branch baseball team won the state championship, and they'll be presented with their rings at halftime. Also, if you're a band fan, a fan of the band, stick around because on TV anyway, we will be looking at the bands. You'll get to see the 2 bands perform. in just a little bit. And also, let's take a look at the air times, Merlin.
We have air times Saturday at 10 o'clock, Sunday at 1 p.m., along with Monday at 4 and Thursday at 11. And there's the Western Branch Band, the Bruin Band.
And I tell you, on the cell phone right now, I believe we have the connection working, is Mickey Irving. I don't know if he can hear us or not. We'll try to get him turned up in the truck.
Absolutely, Rich. I can hear you.
So I don't know.
Hey,
so let's see. Mickey, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
What do you think? Is everybody, are you surprised?
I'm telling you, man, I've listened to you guys twice now, and Oscar Smith must be the real deal.
Yeah, there's
they
no
are
doubt
able
about
to put
that.
some points up, man.
Hey, look, I understand you're on your way up from North Carolina, right?
On my way up from Hatteras Island.
Do not stop here and fill out a pay sheet, because you are not getting paid for calling in. I can tell you that.
Okay, then I gotta go.
It's all about you. And on the carry this time, by the way, for the Oscar Smith Tigers, that's Andre Cook again. He'll pick up about 5 yards, bring up 2nd down and 5.
And Mickey, Oscar Smith.
I haven't seen Western Branch, Rich. How's Western Branch looking? I know Fentress they were expecting big things from him this year.
A different look. Hey, Mickey, this is Merlin. A different look this year. Pete Conroy is the quarterback. Throws the ball when he has to, but featuring his running ability along with the running of the 3 backs that they have in the formation.
You know, Ryan Pond can't quarterback every single year.
No, they disallowed that.
Eventually, he had to graduate.
Boone this time on a little bit of a screen pass, gets it out to number 34 for another Oscar Smith touchdown. That number 34 for Oscar Smith is Joseph Jones, and that's a nice little play right there.
Man, they just running from everywhere. I mean, these guys, Boone, you can't tackle him, and he finds guys once they release. So that was a safety valve, and he's smart. You know, he's not trying to take everything upon his shoulders. He's passing the ball, distributing the ball well. He's acting like a 6'4", 260 point guard.
Yes.
Well, hey, look, I knew that as soon as I got on the phone, somebody would score, because, you know, that's the way it's supposed to be.
That's the way it's supposed to be. That's exactly right. The kick is away on the PAT, and it is good. That'll make the score 21-7 in favor of the Oscar Smith Tigers. The minute 43 to play. By the way, Mickey, I believe that this is the first time that we've had a game from the Art Brandriff Sports Complex.
And there we see.
That's right. And I bet it's a packed house there, too.
Oh, it's nice. Oh, it is.
And we see Boone, what he does, he just passes the ball off. And there's number 34. Joseph Jones, a transfer from Great Bridge.
Oh, really?
Scoring a touchdown. Yeah, transfer from Great Bridge.
He didn't have to sit out a year.
No, he did not have to sit out. That's the beauty of high school ball.
That is the beauty of high school football. That's true. I understand that Hatteras High School is making Mickey sit out a year.
Well, at least a year. I'm not academically eligible. Hey, well, look, you guys have fun. I just wanted to say hello and, you know, keep up the good work. You guys sound great.
Okay, thanks, man. And I'll tell you what, you sound horrible on the telephone, too.
Yeah, well, there's no difference.
Take care of yourself. Have a safe trip, man. We'll see you soon.
Good talking to you, buddy.
Bye.
Okay, man. Bye.
Mickey Irving there calling in on his cell phone, I presume. He probably has a satellite phone. When you live on Hatteras Island, cell phones don't work. You got to have a satellite phone.
At least you didn't have to read any smoke signals. You know?
No, that's true. He's probably got one of those helmets on with like the satellite dish on it and stuff. Minute 43 to play now in the first quarter. It's been a long first quarter. I guess all the scoring. It's a bounding kick, and it will be taken by Western Branch's number 7. That's Chris Tyson. And he'll get the ball out to the 25-yard line.
Hey, there's no jersey grabbing this time, is it? They headhunt.
No, they are.
The Tigers are headhunting this time. Good hands there by Tyson. Cuts across Werner. And he's trying to find a hole, and those Tigers said, man, he's not going to get away this time. We see number 56 there, Silas Stevenson. With the tackle there, we see Coach Johnston. A little concerned, saying, hey, guys, you know, we got to get this thing kicking. And there, number 12, John Bell, also a quarterback.
And the guy in the truck, also known as the director. Also known as the director. I better be nice to him. He's paying for dinner tonight when we leave here. He doesn't even know it. Oh, the Oscar Smith defense gets great penetration right there.
Number 20, Devin Fentress with the carry.
So that's Western Branch's number 20 on that carry, Devin Fentress. And he will lose about 3 yards on that play.
And the defensive line for the Tigers shifted over right at the snap, and that sort of confused the blocking scheme for Western Branch, and they were able just to walk through there. Good stop there by number 76, Brian Whitmore.
Junior varsity football next Thursday, 6 p.m.
Motion here for Western Branch. Oh, and it did look like, I did think for a minute that Conroy wanted to pass. Penalty markers go down. Is that a face mask?
I think that's what they're going to call a face mask, and that's going to be the 15-yard variety. We see Conroy under center, does the fake.